Shall we start admitting? Somebody please admit the vote.
Dream time learning, where the fun begins. Learning with the twist, we help you spread your wings. Everyone is special, that's our golden rule. We celebrate you, cause you are unique and cool. From science to arts and all in between. At Dreamtime Learning, we make every scene a place for you to shine, where dreams come true. You are the star of the show, and we are cheering for you. So come along, join the fun. New ways of learning, like never before. Dreamtime learning, we are all a team. Learnings and adventures, and you are the dream.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I'm Najla Imtiaz, a cheerleader at Dreamtime Learning. A very warm welcome to our academic orientation for the academic year 2025-26. We are thrilled to have you all with us as we begin our exciting new chapter of learning and growth. To set the tone for the year ahead, it is now my privilege to invite our esteemed principal, Dr. Anusha Venkatesh, to share her insights and vision with us. Dr. Anusha, we'd love to hear from you.
Good morning, Dreamtimers. It's truly a pleasure to welcome you all to a brand new academic year filled with promise, potential, and purpose. To begin this special session, we will start with a message from our founder, Ms. Leena Usher, a visionary, a leader with deep belief in child centered and neuroscience backed education, continues to guide us in everything that we do at Dreamtime Learning. So let's hear from her first.
Hello, mums and dads. Welcome to a brand new academic year at Dreamtime Learning. Over the past few months, I've been working very closely with what we call our Curiosity and Excitement Architects, our incredible curriculum and learning design team, crafting experiences that don't just teach, but ignite wonder, spark imagination, and invite children to think deeply and freely. Everything we do at Dreamtime Learning is built to awaken the learner within, not just pass on knowledge, but build self-leaders equipped for a world that's changing faster than ever. This year, I'm expanding my focus. While our team continues to build engaging, purpose-driven learning journeys for all your children, I'll be spending a lot more time ensuring that Dreamtime Learning becomes the most trusted, most transparent school brand in the country, and perhaps one day in the world. I want you to know that I stand behind everything our brand stands for. And this year, I am more accessible to you than ever before. Once you've followed our communication protocol and escalation matrix, know that my door and my heart is open. I want you to tell me what's working and what's not, what excites your child, what we can do better. Together, let's co-create a learning ecosystem that is not just academically excellent, but emotionally resonant, socially aware, and deeply, deeply conscious. Because Dreamtime isn't just a school, it's a movement. Because we're one tribe, one consciousness, one elevated humanity. Let's rise together with love and with purpose.
Thank you, Lena, for your lovely
Hello, Mama.
words. And okay, at Dreamtime Learning, every new year begins with a new energy, new idea, and new milestone. And this year is going to be bigger, brighter, and more joyful than ever before. But I cannot forget the previous academic year that has gone by. That was truly special, filled with joy, growth, and unforgettable memories. One of the most heartwarming highlights was our convocation ceremony, where the love, laughter, and the strong bond we had built as a community were beautifully evident. It was more than just a celebration. It was a reminder of the connection we have shared with our learners and their family. The sense of togetherness is what continues to inspire us as we step into this new academic year with even greater enthusiasm and commitment. Our community grows, and we are greatly thankful to the trust and support you parents have shown us. This is not just a school, it's a movement to transform education into something meaningful, joyful, and deeply connect to each and every child's potential. I've had the privilege to meet one on one with many of you, a heartfelt conversation which helped me understand your hope, your challenges you have encountered. Your honest feedback has helped us reflect, refine, and commit to our core purpose, creating a joyful and impactful learning journey for every child. As many of you already know, last year we had introduced several new initiatives to help our children grow. I'm happy to share that these initiatives are well received and will continue in a much stronger way this year with additional improvement based on your input. Thank you for opening up and sharing with such sincerity. It shows our partnership with you, dear parents, is the center of everything, and the main focus is the child's growth. We listen, we learn, and we act on. Few of the new initiatives which we have taken for this academic year, Nidhi, our academic coordinator, will explain it to you in detail in some time. But here I would want to tell you that we will be setting up a dynamic school council which elected learners, like the previous years, will be the spokesperson of their peer. But the most important and the exciting one, we are going to have houses. Yes, absolutely right. We are going to have houses in our school from this academic year, and we are going to have a lot of fun-filled house competition. Every learner will be placed into one of our schoolhouses where they will earn points through academics, participation, teamwork, creativity. We are building a vibrant house system to bring out the best in everybody while creating lasting bonds and school pride. I would just want to end by telling to our dear learners, I encourage you to be curious, take chances, and make this year unforgettable. And dear parents, thank you for being partner in this journey. Your encouragement makes all the difference. And to my lovely cheerleaders, thank you for your continuous passion and dedication. You create a magic in every classroom. And now I would hand it over to our coordinator, Nidhi, to take you through the exciting new initiatives we are planning for this year. Over to you, Nidhi.
Thank you, Ms. Anusha. So let's quickly peep into what is going to happen, which is new. Some new things that we are going to introduce in the academic year 2025-26. So the very much awaited English lab. So this is going to be a community program, after school community program, specifically dedicated to the learners who are interested in learning English and explore beyond excellence. A dynamic space where learners are going to explore English language through engaging activities, interactive discussions, and creative expression. And the best part here is It's free of cost for all our Dreamtime learners. So I hope everybody is already excited. Those who have paid the fees, the first installment will receive a link to order the books, the workbooks. Yeah, now it has become much more easier for everybody to have those tangible books with you. All you have to do is just go to the address that we are going to share with you, order your books, and just an important thing here, the books are going to be available only on print on demand, meaning they are going to get specially printed for you when you place an order. As a part of the new academic year again, we are excited to introduce gamified learning, energizing activity breaks, and stimulating brain gym sessions to make the learning more engaging, active, and brain friendly for all our learners. Learners will have the privilege to learn from special subject mentors during our teacher movement initiative. That's not all. Our intricately planned and engaging music and art sessions would make their learning journey even more joyful. This year, all the learners are going to get segregated into various houses, as Ms. Anusha has already mentioned. And most competitions would encourage learners to participate in inter-house competitions. Clubs would help them to nurture their hobbies and interests, whereas various celebrations would add meaning and fun to learning. In all this fun, we definitely will assure academics would never take a back seat. And as every month we are going to hold doubt solving sessions, which would help our learners to master their shortfalls and even help them gain confidence regarding their subjects. Dreamtime Learning is excited to introduce ESOL, which is English for Speakers of Other Language course, to support learners for whom English is a foreign language. We are also launching Indian language courses in Malayalam, Tamil, Marathi, Kannada, and Telugu to help learners connect with their cultural roots and expand their linguistic skills. So learners can opt for more than one Indian language. We have been consistent with all our timely communication via our LMS platform, and this gets even better and accessible and easier through our LMS app. We highly recommend our parents to download the Brightspace Pulse app for a smoother LMS experience. Yes, you read it right. Soon, meeting our cheerleaders would be as easier as clicking a button. A Cheerleader Connect will help you connect with your cheerleaders seamlessly. Need an intervention of your school counselor? Want to discuss about your child and even need an expert advice? Just navigate the LMS homepage and book an appointment with a counselor. It's as easy as that. That's not just all. Even our principal is just a click away. Parents, guardians, and learners could seek advice from our very own Dr. Anusha Venkatesh. Now, I would like to, this is something which is related to me. Queries related to academics? No worries. Even your academic coordinator is just a click away. Seamlessly book a slot via LMS and meet me for your academic related queries. So all these things to sum up, we are going to have a very fresh, a very easier and a very seamless start to this academic year, which is going to make the process even better. Now, I would like to hand over this presentation to Ms. Najla Imtiaz. Over to you, Ms. Najla.
Thank you, Ms. Nidhi. Yes, we are all excited for the new academic year, right? Yes, so today, dear learners, dear parents, we are going to explore the why behind Dreamtime Learning. Now, when our founder, Ms. Leena Asher, recognized that the world was about to change dramatically, she also saw that while schools were spending 85% of their time developing technical skills, it was the inherently human skills like empathy and social awareness that would shape the future. At Dreamtime Learning, while we absolutely include math, literacy, and coding in our curriculum, we place a very strong emphasis on helping children understand their brains, especially in the preschool years. We teach them about their thoughts and how those thoughts influence everything, how they feel, how they act, and how their emotional well being shapes their decisions and behavior. That's why we say one child becomes one tribe, because we nurture each child with a vision of building one consciousness and an elevated humanity. Before we begin, I want to ask you a simple question. What words were spoken to you as a child that you still carry today? Were they words of encouragement or words that made you doubt yourself? Because whether we realize it or not, the words that we hear, especially before the age of 9, become the blueprint of how we see ourselves, the world, and our place in it. Now, we're about to watch a video. Okay, it may be a little uncomfortable to watch, but that is the point. It reveals how the labels and messages we give children shape their subconscious mind, often for life. If a child keeps hearing, you will never be good enough, you're always causing trouble, those words don't just disappear. They become their internal dialogue. They begin to believe it, act on it, and unknowingly shape a future that reflects those beliefs. But here's the part that's even more alarming. Young children's brains are like in a hypnotic like state, absorbing everything without filtering. So before the age of 9, their subconscious mind is wide open, storing beliefs that determine how they see themselves and the world. Now let's take a look at the video.
You can't do anything right! Why even try?
Wipe that smile right off of your face!
You make me sick! Little
sissy boy, little
Those
sissy
guys
boy.
you know how
How
much
are we
that
gonna
cost
pay
me?
for that?
Our name
What do
is
you think I am
Rockefeller.
rich and I have a
You
lunch?
think I made of money?
That'll never work!
Everybody's out for themselves. Do that. Got that.
Confidence can be built or shattered. Self belief, self worth, and shattered confidence happens every single day. It could happen in our homes, in classrooms, in playgrounds. And unless we intervene with the right tools, these children grow into adults who struggle with self worth, emotional regulation, and human connection. Imagine a child who can solve a math problem but struggles to share with a friend. Or a child, a learner who can read fluently but crumbles at the first sight of failure. Academic success alone is not enough. Emotional intelligence is the foundation for lifelong success. On the screen, you'll see a research by the Carnegie Institute of Technology. They have found out that only 85% of one's financial success is due to their personality and ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Shockingly, only 15% is due to technical knowledge. And we found that schools that focus on SEL, social emotional learning, see an 11% increase in academic performance. We at Dreamtime Learning embed emotional quotient development into every aspect of our learning, rather than treating it as an add-on. Our curriculum is built on neuroscience, on self-mastery, and higher consciousness learning, ensuring that children don't just learn what to think, but how to process emotions and navigate relationships. The games our learners play, the discussions they have, the thinking that we ask them to do is all infused with strategies that teaches them how to master their thinking. If you master your thinking, you master your emotional states and feelings. These emotions then drive our decisions, actions, and the outcomes of our lives. Most early childhood education focuses basically on academics, compliance, and structured tasks. So we see that schools often struggle with teacher training gaps, wherein their educators aren't equipped with SEL strategies. We have parental expectations, parents focus on academics alone, underestimating the EQ's impact. And there is a lack of structured SEL integration, where it's often treated as a one off lesson and not a core part of learning. But we at Dreamtime Learning integrate emotional intelligence seamlessly into all the learning that our children do. We have teacher training, continuous professional development programs, interactive activities, personalized learning modules, and we make SEL a natural part of every learning experience. Learners express how they're feeling at the start of the day, and the cheerleader then connects it to the emotions the characters are feeling in the novel that they're reading. This builds an emotional setting in the class. Let's take a look at some strategies for building emotional intelligence. At Dreamtime Learning, we teach emotional vocabulary, which is beyond happy and sad. We use our emotion cards and stories that help children recognize, name, and manage their emotions. Another challenge is that children need real world practice in social skills and not just theory. Dreamtime Learning's curriculum includes scenario based learning, teaching turn taking, conflict resolution, and perspective taking through interactive exercises. The power of mindful pauses. So, the challenge that our children face is the impulse control. And the solution is at Dreamtime Learning, we integrate brain breaks, breath work, and reflection time to help children build self regulation and patience. When we become more self aware and learn to manage ourselves, we can handle all our emotions better. This helps us to let go of emotions that hold us back, like anger, and feel more of the emotions that move us forward, like joy and fulfillment. Emotional well being occurs when our learners understand what areas of their lives they can and cannot control. We were not in control during the time of COVID. We are not always able to control what happens this evening or tomorrow or the next year. One of our key goals is to develop a mindset in our children that every experience, whether the initial perception is good or bad, it provides them with a platform to learn and grow from. Challenges are a normal part of life. Life isn't always smooth. As parents, it's important to help our children start thinking about this. When something happens that we can't control, what parts of it can we control? Also, give as much agency and autonomy to your children. Voice and choice. It is a human need, and a feeling of sense of control will allow your children to handle the challenges of life. Let them be a part of daily family decision making. Let them decide what to eat, where to go for a holiday, because research says that a sense of control makes all the difference. Each time the children face a hurdle, tell them that they have a choice in how they respond. We can blame the hurdle. There's the option to not jump over it, but sit down and moan about it. The other choice is to find a way around the hurdle. Some of us will leap and others will walk around it. But there is a way to respond without a victim mentality. How can we raise kids without a victim mentality? We live in the safest time in human history. Yet, our amygdala, that is our brain's fear center, it's always growing larger. Why? Because fear is constantly fed to us through the 24/7 news, through social media, and an overprotective culture. For children, this is even more critical because fear releases cortisol, which stunts emotional resilience and cognitive growth. On the other hand, dopamine, the feel good hormone, fuels learning, motivation, and problem solving. The question is, are our classrooms and homes triggering stress or fostering confidence? As parents and educators, our words shape a child's subconsciousness. The more we help children choose empowering thoughts, the stronger their optimism pathways become until it's their default response. This isn't just philosophy, it's neuroscience. Here's a very simple activity to have the thought process, thought awareness. So, what you can do is you can create two brain outlines for your kids. One has a smile and the other one has a frown. When your child has a positive thought, they can just create a crayon stroke on the brain, and also the same with the frown brain. So, this initial exercise will bring awareness that we all have two types of thoughts, and we have a choice each time to select. To change anything, we must first bring awareness to it. We also need to teach our children the power of thought, the positive and the negative thought. We form our perception of the world according to the thoughts we have that create our internal stories. The main focus of our teaching should be to empower children to positively reframe their thoughts and stories. Now we'll have my fellow cheerleader, Ms. Harshita, who will take you through the rest of the presentation. Ms. Harshita, over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Najla. Stories shape how children understand themselves, others, and the world. They are more than just entertainment. They are powerful tools for teaching, empathy, emotional intelligence, and social skills. Why? Because stories allow children to step into someone else's shoes. When they follow a character's journey, feeling their happiness, struggles, and fears, they begin to understand different emotions, perspectives, and experiences. The question is, how do stories build social emotional learning? It is through empathy, social skills, and emotional intelligence. How do we use stories in the classroom and home? Read aloud discussions, role playing, and puppet play, along with art and journaling as well as story retelling. Remember, stories don't just teach lessons, they create deep emotional connections. By using them intentionally, we help children grow into connected individuals who are ready to navigate life challenges with kindness and understanding. Let us have a look at a quick video to understand the same. Wonder why RJ Palacio is more than just a book? It's a window into what it means to be human. It reminds us that behind every face, there's a story. And behind every story, there are emotions. Some we see, many we don't. As we walk beside August Pullman, Augie to his friends, we begin to understand the power of empathy. We see how fear, embarrassment, worry, these aren't signs of weakness. They are signs that we're alive, that we care, and that we are growing. And most importantly, we learn that our emotions don't define us. What matters is how we choose to respond to them. Our learners thus explore emotions through such activities in our classroom setup. Social emotional skills shape how children learn, connect to the world, and many other things. Along with that, social emotional learning further creates resilience, prepares for future careers because Tomorrow's jobs will demand problem solving, communication, and adaptability, all rooted in SEL. Social emotional learning further encourages responsible citizenship, reduces negative behaviors. And when we integrate it into education, we raise compassionate, self aware, and resilient individuals who shape a better future. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, SEL isn't extra, it's essential. Did you know that neuroscience has identified a song that reduces anxiety up to 65%? Researchers in the UK tested participants solving different puzzles under stress while measuring brain activity, heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing. The result? One song, Weightless, created the deepest relaxation ever recorded. Listening to it lowered stress levels by 65% and rested heart rate by 35%. And such activities help the kids engage in a better brain activity. So here is an example where learners explore soundscape and then they go in groups, create sounds for the visuals they are provided by their cheerleader. Now that we know all the whys of our curriculum, we'll explore how we design it to make sure your child has the greatest learning experience and the best chance to succeed as an adult. Bloom's taxonomy of learning has at its highest level synthesis. Most of our sessions are only complete when our learners can create new meaning or a new structure based on what content they have learned and interacted with. The highest, most important pillar of the Dreamtime pedagogy is for learners to create. The learners are inspired to showcase their understanding in the form of activities where they synthesize and create a piece of unique work. This can be in the form of writing a persuasive piece, doing a survey, or creating model or summary presentation. Thereafter, the learners submit their work in the form of file, audio piece, or in the form of a video submission. Now, let us explore what we will actually do to make sure the why is met. Social emotional skills shape how children learn, connect, life challenges. Here's why SEL must be a core part of education. It boosts academic success, strengthens mental health, builds healthy relationships. SEL fosters empathy, conflict resolution, and teamwork, which are skills essential in school, in work, and life. And this activity helps learners understand the messages behind their emotions. They discover why expressing their emotions is important and how recognizing their feelings can make them stronger. Moreover, before I address interdisciplinary plans, let's hear it from Miss Lena.
The world today needs innovators and inventors of every kind. Innovation is a product of collaboration, not just between people, but also the ability to collaborate different disciplines, different areas of study in the mind. This is why we design an interdisciplinary curriculum. The iPhone is a mental collaboration of design and engineering. Successful innovation requires collaboration, often between disparate disciplines, which is why our learners are engaged in cross-disciplinary learning in every subject, every day. The world today.
Interdisciplinary learning is important because it will help your child make connections between different areas of knowledge, develop critical thinking skills, and engage in more meaningful and relevant learning experiences, wherein your child will learn through a variety of subjects and activities like art, music, science, math, and language arts. Your child will learn explicit learning outcomes like math and language, but also through the learning design, develop skills such as self-awareness or collaboration that are critical as future skills. And we also have our own Dreamtime learning outcomes that may not be found in curricular goals documents, like knowing about their own brains and behavior. Explicit learning is equivalent to intentional learning of information. The activities have outcomes that are stated clearly and can be observed consistently to gauge performance. For example, for a counting activity, the ability of learners to be able to identify numerals, count, and state the number of objects they have counted can be clearly observed and recorded. Therefore, we at Dreamtime Learning collated our curricular goals from EYFS, ICSC, NCF, CBSE, NAEYC, and Cambridge Assessment International Education. For primary, middle, and senior grades, we collated our curricular goals from Cambridge Assessment International Education, Pearson, IB, ICSE, and CBSE. At Dreamtime Learning School, we recognize the importance of a holistic education. In addition to academic subjects, we also emphasize the development of life skills, character education, and global perspectives. These elements are integrated into our curriculum to ensure our students become well-rounded individuals ready to navigate the challenges of the future. To ensure we effectively cover learning objectives and topics from all the 4 boards, we compared the boards and developed a comprehensive document, the board alignment. From the board alignment, we obtained our curricular goals and learning outcomes for each episode. For middle grades, we follow the scheme of work provided by Cambridge. The scheme outlines the topics, concepts, and skills to be covered in each subject at every stage of the program. And we've used the scheme of work as a guide to plan and deliver engaging lessons that align with the curriculum objectives. Dreamtime Learning instructional design process is based on backward design. We identify the outcomes that the learner needs to achieve at the end of each year, collate the observable learning outcomes like knowledge, skills, values, behaviors, and attitudes, and then plan the activities. The documents designed by the SAs align with the backward design process or understanding by design process, where we identify desired results, we determine acceptable evidence, and then we plan learning experiences and instructions in the form of lesson plans. Scope means organization of the curriculum, the breadth and the depth of content and skills. They are covered to ensure its coherence and continuity. Sequence refers to how these skills and content are ordered and presented to learners over a period of time and across levels. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a picture of episode-wise breakup of instructions where you have the topics and the yellows. Thereafter, we move to a screenshot of the unit plan. This is how our monthly breakup of instructions look like. This is a document that captures the outcomes or developmental results that will capture your child's progression in the form of learner progression portfolio. In the words of John Dewey, observation alone is not enough. We have to understand the significance of what we see, hear, and touch. At Dreamtime Learning, observation is a fundamental tool to complete the teaching learning cycle because it supports awareness of a child's development, skills, interests, strengths, and play. In Dreamtime Learning curriculum, as a part of an ongoing cycle of assessment and planning, observations are made for individual children or small groups of children, allowing educators to interpret children's play, their behavior, and learning styles, and accordingly adjust teaching practices wherever necessary. Analyzing and scaffolding sessions will empower learners to master concepts and skills through personalized activities. Taking from the same idea, this is how our observation tracker looks like, where we assess the children based on their daily activities. The acronym for Dreamtime on the slide are the implicit learning outcomes that are observable and include design thinking, project or problem-based learning, Genius R, future skills, habits of mind, brain science, importance of motivation, impact of stress, learning styles, behavioral science, and types of thinking. This is an example of Dreamtime learning outcomes. Emotional intelligence with observable behaviors is covered here. All Dreamtime explicit learning goals and learning outcomes are tagged for evidence of learning. These learning outcomes appear across the domains and will be observed throughout the year to provide learners with opportunities to master the future skills. This is an annual overview, curriculum framework, including expected learning outcomes across capacities, both implicit and explicit, the what, how, why, and when learners will learn during their academic year in a systematic and intentional way. And from this annual overview, we derived our forecast, which is shared episode-wise to provide information to parents as to what will be covered across capacities. Dear parents and learners, we will now be moving into breakout rooms based on your respective grade levels. The next part of the orientation has been tailored specifically for each grade. So please join your designated room to continue with the session. To proceed, please go to the Tools panel at the bottom of your screen. Select your assigned grade, that is pre-primary, primary, middle, or secondary, and join the corresponding breakout room. We look forward to continuing the orientation with you over there.
If anybody requires help, just raise your digital hand. We'll help you out. Yes, mother.
Miss, my name is actually Sadiksha. I just joined from my mother's phone. Actually, I don't know which section I should join. Now, I'm in
Sadiksha, you have to join middle grade.
middle. Oh, thank you.
I think those are not clear. I can clarify it for you all. Pre-primary FY1, FY2, primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, middle grade 6, 7, 8, and secondary grade 9 and 10.
And in secondary, who is in Cambridge, go into IGCSE, and who is in NIOS, enter NIOS.
Okay, Apiksha, if you need some help and guidance, please let us know. Okay, I'm unmuting you.
Could you please help me where I should look for that option?
Okay, in your Zoom platform, in the interface, at the bottom, you have a strip, and wherein you will find the option of breakout rooms. And there are
Okay.
various breakout rooms open. You have to join your designated breakout room.
Okay, and if you could guide me, this is first time, so it is
Okay.
sixth standard. We are
Okay, so you have to go to middle grade.
middle grade. Okay, thank you
Yes,
so
middle.
much. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Asiya Fatima, do you need some help?
Yes, ma'am. So which grade? She's in 5th grade. So
You
which
have to join the primary group.
primary?
In fact, I'll just rename. Ms. Zainab, Ms. Zainab, please can you raise your hand? Ms. Zainab, just a second, I'm making them. Yeah,
I think mom is not here.
yeah, she's here. She's here.
Okay.
Okay. Asiya, you can join if you're looking for grade 5, please join primary breakout room. Mohammed, Arsalan, Please unmute your mic. I've given you the option.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Mohammed Arsalan from grade 2.
Yeah. So you have to join primary group,
Okay,
the
primary.
primary breakout room. Parth,
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Parth, can you mention your grade?
Ma'am, I am in class 7th.
Class 7. You have to join the middle breakout room.
Ma'am, from where to join?
In your Zoom platform, at the bottom, you'll be able to see breakout room option. Once you click on that, you'll have the option to join the breakout room of middle. All right?
Ma'am.
Okay. Srinidhi, what help you need?
Which class should I get?